The lightning and thunder had seemingly come out of nowhere. The sky had changed to purple, and seemingly now, to a shade of blood red. The plane took an unexpected dip. Odd, since they had only just reached cruising altitude. He heard the familiar sound of the PA system.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appear to have an extra passenger aboard. We are over our weight capacity and cannot maintain altitude. A passenger will have to be removed.
He looked around the plane. The passengers looked nervously from one to another, nobody willing to say what was now on all their minds. Somebody would have to be thrown off. He pulled open his shirt to reveal the orange jumpsuit underneath and his ID number. If they knew what a D-class was, he was sure to be the first one tossed out. Better keep that to himself, he thought. An orange jumpsuit was never a good thing to reveal. He awoke with a start. What happened? Had he fainted? His head hurt. He saw a man and woman yelling at each other. Angry passengers were yelling and pointing at each other. The cabin suddenly changed color and a siren rung out. He felt a gust of wind in his face. He stood up and looked towards where the wind had come from. A man stood at the cabin door. He had managed to somehow open it. That wasn't right. That should have been impossible. Not only that, but besides the wind, the cabin hadn't depressurized. He could still breathe. This was the SCP at work. The man was holding a boy by the shoulders now. He was going to throw him out. He got up and ran towards the door. Welcome back. Today I bring you SCP-3767. Additional baggage fee. Please join my Patreon in the links. Sir, SCP spotted. Requesting permission to engage.
Negative. Fall back and wait for backup.
I couldn't make that out. Permission to engage.
I repeat, do not engage. That SCP is immune to gunfire. Backup is en route. Fall back.
I can't hear you. Sir! Sir! Engaging target!
Agent? Agent! Damn it, not again. It's those damn old earpieces again. It's time all the agents upgrade to my Raycons.
When you absolutely need an earbud that will deliver clear audio, look no further than Raycon. Each set of earbuds comes with 5 optimized gel tips for a perfect fit. They're comfortable and they absolutely will not budge.
With 8 hours of playtime and 32-hour battery life, they won't let you down just when you need them.
Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/Lucius to get 15% off your Raycon purchase.
Remember, you'll be supporting MTF Lucius if you do.
One of the most important features for the researchers and MTFs is the noise isolation and awareness modes. Sometimes, in a stressful situation, you need silence to focus and bring your A game. Turn on the isolation. Other times, it's too quiet and you need extra awareness to focus in on impending danger. Enter awareness mode. It'll allow outside sounds in while you're immersed in your audio. Another great feature for our MTFs, durability. These guys will stand up to the occasional wash cycle, being left out in the rain or even dropped in a puddle.
So remember, when you're on the go and you need the best, look for Raycon.
What happened next?
Next? I don't remember really.
Did he throw the boy out?
I don't think so.
Come on, you must remember more than that. Did someone else get thrown out?
All I remember is landing. Like, everything just seemed fine.
He shrugged his shoulders. Klaus rubbed his chin.
You mentioned a lapse in memory.
Yeah, I guess I fainted or something.
That's when the camera stopped as well. Back to your cell for now. We'll let you know if there's anything else. You think he's telling the truth?
Yeah, he hasn't lied before.
Before? This is the first time we've used that D-class.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. This time, he didn't seem to be lying. Klaus looked closely at Chen, then smiled.
Right, exactly. He seems trustworthy. I mean, as far as a D-class can be trusted. Right, Chen?
Yeah, precisely. Never can trust those D-classes, eh?
Bring a sample from the flight and meet me at Pythia's.
Roger that.
I'm not sure. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Has there been any other signs?
Nothing obvious, but in hindsight, I'm starting to question it. I'm starting to question myself even. It was so long ago. Did I use Class D amnestics? Class F?
Perhaps it's just in your head, your own guilty conscience.
Who's got a guilty conscience now? Klaus? Yeah, you definitely should. Don't think I've forgotten what you did to that kid. Or that guy with the ticks.
Jen! Pythia and I were just, chatting. What the hell is that?
You asked for something from the plane.
Yeah, you know, a safety card or a napkin.
Bigger's better, right?
Never one for subtlety, dear Chen.
Look, you want me to take it back? Because I will, and you can all wait another hour for me to come back.
No, just bring it over here, please. It'll work just fine.
Well, that's more like it. He dragged the chair across the floor to Pythia.
You cretin! Can you be careful, please? You're scratching up my floors.
This is not your floor. Your floor is in there, with the dirt, the worms, and the deer poop everywhere. That's your floor.
Why do I bother? Just put it there.
Chen set the chair down in front of her.
All right, who's ready for a little plane ride?
They were on board the flight. From the looks of it, the announcement that a passenger would need to be removed had just been made. The passengers looked back and forth between each other. They saw the D-Class sitting in his seat. The man behind him stood up and slammed the back of his laptop into the D-Class's head. He slumped over.
What did you do that for?
It wasn't on purpose. It was an accident.
Well done, you've killed him.
Don't be ridiculous. He'll be fine. Sir, are you okay?
He's unconscious, you fool.
Don't call me a fool. Anyway, well, I did us a favor, didn't I?
What?
You heard the announcement. Someone needs to get off. He looks as good as any.
Vile.
Well, how do you propose we decide then?
Decide? The whole idea is preposterous.
Then can you explain why we're descending? Someone needs to get off this plane, now.
The passengers looked at each other, no one willing to volunteer.
The announcement said an extra passenger is on board. Presumably, since we were able to take off and reach this height, they came on board mid-flight.
The male passenger nodded.
The SCP is already in effect. Clearly, nobody is questioning the absurdity of someone getting on the plane in mid-flight.
So, let's all take our seats. We'll have it narrowed down to 2 then.
The man nodded in agreement as everyone slowly sat down. He went to take his seat when he saw a small boy standing next to him.
Where's your seat, son?
The boy pointed at his seat.
That's my seat. Where's yours?
The boy looked blankly at him.
Are your parents on the flight?
The boy shook his head.
Well, looks like we found our culprit, haven't we?
The boy.
Trying to blame a child. Seems about right. I think you're the one that doesn't belong here.
Me? I'm the only one who is willing to even discuss this issue.
Yeah, good job at misdirection.
Don't you try to turn this around on me.
The other passengers started to stand up.
You just knocked that guy out. Why? Maybe because he knew the boy was here, and you just appeared? Anyone recognize this guy?
I don't remember seeing him during boarding.
The man looked nervously between the two, then rushed for the cabin door, dragging the boy along with him. The D-Class woke up. He threw the cabin door open.
Impossible. And no depressurization either.
He pulled the child in front of him.
It's the kid. It's not me.
The D-Class got up from his seat and ran towards the man and the boy, slamming into them and throwing them all to the ground. Another passenger came from behind and grabbed the door, pulling it shut.
Let's just all calm down.
Prepare for impact.
The D-Class got up and looked out the window. That doesn't make any sense. They landed. The D-Class is with us.
Let's go back to the office. I need to make so many inquiries. Thank you, Pythia.
Chen and Klaus rushed out of her room.
Commandeering a satellite. Okay. Let's check the flight path. No heat blooms.
What about the black box?
What about it?
You're looking for a missing flight, though the flight landed and is accounted for.
Correct.
No fires showing up along the flight path and surrounding areas.
Correct again.
So, let's check for the black box signal. Maybe something interesting will show up.
Fair enough.
Klaus entered the FAA tracking system.
Okay, so we got a signal. from the airport, as expected.
Okay, but what's that?
It looks like an address conflict.
What's an address conflict?
It's what happens when two devices are sharing the same ID. We've got duplicate signals from two boxes, but from one supposedly unique ID.
Where's the second box located?
It's showing up in the mountains, along the flight path. Re-aiming the satellite now.
Kloss focused the satellite onto the intended location, revealing a mostly intact plane, identical to the plane that had landed.
On location, sir. Ready to enter the aircraft.
Proceed.
The agents entered the aircraft. It was dark and quiet. They turned on their flashlights and proceeded through the aircraft. Everyone was dead.
Sir, we found your man.
It was the D-Class. He was dead.
This just gets stranger and stranger.
You haven't seen the half of it, sir.
I don't get it. What happened to that kid?
That wasn't a kid. That was the SCP. He manifested onto the plane. Or from the plane, to be more exact. D-Class, are you ready? Lay down. I'm starting the scan now.
So it was the kid all along. The big guy was innocent.
Yes.
But if the kid was the SCP, and the whole plane went down, killing everyone on board, who landed at the airport? Kloss pointed at the scan monitors.
Who or what?
SCP-3767 refers to an anomalous phenomenon that occurs on overbooked United Airlines flights from Newark, New Jersey to Houston, Texas. 3767 occurs approximately 20 minutes after the airplane reaches cruising altitude. The onset is indicated by a change in color of the sky, as it will appear to take on a dark shade of purple. This begins at the horizon and spreads upwards. Once the sky has changed colors entirely, the plane stops all translational movement and enters a slowed freefall. During this descent, the plane remains parallel to the ground, and the sky appears to glow red. At this point, a feminine voice with a British accent will speak through the plane's speaker system. This voice will declare that an extra passenger is on board and is weighing down the plane. The voice then states that this extra passenger must be removed in order for the plane to regain lift. Video procured during testing shows that an additional passenger is indeed on board. It is unknown at what point this individual appears. After an individual has been removed from the plane, freefall will cease and the pilot will return the plane to cruising altitude. Ejecting this individual from the plane does not cause the cabin to undergo decompression. As the plane ascends, the sky will return to its original color. Searches of the area where the ejected individual was predicted to land have failed to locate said individual. Passengers aboard the flight are able to recall the events that take place during 3767, but only when prompted. However, they are unable to comprehend the abnormality of the event. In 78% of recorded cases, the passengers collectively decide on an individual to remove, who is then ejected through the airlock. In 21% of cases, an individual removes themselves from the plane. See Addendum SCP-3767-1 for details on the remaining case. In 63% of cases, one passenger on the original manifest will be reported as missing after the event, despite the same number of people getting on and off the plane.
Humans are intelligent creatures, but beware mob mentality. Just because everyone else is saying one thing doesn't mean it's correct or that you have to go along with it.
As always, have a care and remember to subscribe, like, and share, if you would. Until next time, farewell.